Yeah?
Like right about there.
Is it starting?
I think so.
Hi everybody! How are you today? As you can see, I am out of my normal habitat and I'm kind of inside of our tortoise habitat today. Hopefully you can see it. For the past few weeks, we did pull the tortoises out like I told you all, and they have been staying with me. And so a lot of these weeds kind of got overgrown in the past few weeks. And today we were able to come in and clean it up a little bit and start preparing the habitat for the girls to join us again. Like I said, today we do have a special guest with me today. Corey is our early childhood education specialist. So because Corey is here, I am going to continue to practice the social distancing rules, as well as I'm going to put on my mask. Now remember, I'm only going to grab it from this side, okay? But we are going to read a story with all of you, and the story that we're going to read is called Owen and Mzee. It's a true story of a remarkable friendship. All right, so let me have Corey take it away.
Hey guys, I'm here to put my mask off. So this is the true story of Owen and Mzee, and it is the remarkable story of a friendship. This is the true story of two great friends, a baby hippopotamus named Owen and a 130-year-old tortoise named Mzee. They were not always friends, and Owen wasn't always known as Owen. This is what happened. Oops. Before the baby hippopotamus became known as Owen, he lived with a group or pod with about 20 other hippos. You could always read it later and post.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we got it. We're back. We're back. Sorry about that, everyone. We were having a few technical difficulties and connection issues, but we're back.
Okay, there's Owen. One morning, the sea suddenly rushed onto the beaches, and surging waves pounded the shores. The villagers' boats were damaged, and fishermen had to be rescued. The villagers saw one hippopotamus in the sea, a baby without his mother, stranded on the sandy coral reef among the seagrass. Tired and frightened, he was unable to reach the shore on his own. Soon, hundreds of villagers and visitors were working together to help the young hippo. They knew he would become sick if he stayed in the salty seawater for too long. They used ropes, boats, fishing nets, and even cars to try and get him safely ashore. It was soon clear that the rescue wouldn't be easy. Even though the hippo was only a year old and 2 feet tall, he weighed 600 pounds, was slippery and strong. And he did not like all the human commotion and was very angry. Finally, the villagers used a strong shark net and they were able to catch the hippo. A visitor named Owen tackled him, stopping him long enough to let others secure the net. This is why, when it came time to choose a name for the hippo, they chose the name Owen. When they reached the shore, everybody was so excited, and the happy cries could be heard a mile away. Wrapped in the net, Owen was hoisted into the back of the pickup truck and brought to a shady spot. People weren't sure where Owen would be taken next. Dr. Paula, who worked at Holler Park, said she would be able to take him, and since he was still a baby, he wouldn't be able to fend for himself or be welcomed back into his hippopod. Dr. Paula offered to drive to Malindi herself and bring Owen home. She knew she would need help, so she brought her friend, Stephen, to come and help get Owen. When Dr. Paula and Stephen arrived in Malindi, they helped to remove the nets and led Owen out of the pickup. He became very angry and charged at the people gathered. They tried to help calm him down with wrapping a blanket around his head. That way he couldn't see the things that were upsetting him. Meanwhile, Sabine and others helped prepare the enclosure for Owen. They chose a part of the park that had a mud wallow and a pond. There, it was also home to a tortoise named Mzee. Mzee in Swahili means wise old man. And Mzee was the oldest creature in the park. About 130 years old, he has lived there since Stephen's great-grandmother was born. He wasn't very friendly except to Stephen, who seemed to know just what he liked, such as getting tickled under the chin. Finally, Dr. Paula and Stephen arrived with Owen, who was now weak and exhausted. As soon as the ropes that held him were untied, Owen scrambled from the truck directly to Mzee, resting in a corner of the enclosure. Owen crouched behind Mzee the way baby hippos often hide behind their mothers for protection. At first, Mzee wasn't happy about this at all. He hissed at Owen and crawled away, but Owen, who could easily keep up with the old tortoise, did not give up. Slowly, as the night went on, Mzee began to accept his new companion. When the park workers checked on them in the morning, Owen was snuggled up against Mzee, and Mzee didn't seem to mind at all. Over the next few days, Mzee continued to crawl away, and Owen continued to follow him. But sometimes it was Owen who would walk away from Mzee, and Mzee would follow. Bit by bit, Mzee grew friendlier. At first, Owen wouldn't eat any of the leaves left for him. Stephen and the other caretakers were worried that he would become even weaker. Then they noticed Owen feeding right beside Mzee, as if Mzee was showing him how to eat. Or perhaps it was Mzee's protective presence that helped Owen feel calm. No one will ever know, but it was clear that the bond between Owen and Mzee was helping the baby hippo to recover from being stranded from his mother at sea. As the weeks went on, Owen and Mzee spent more and more time together. Soon they were inseparable. Their bond remains very strong to this day. They swim together, eat together, and drink together, and even sleep next to each other. They rub noses. Owen often leads the way to a different part of the enclosure, and Mzee also leads the way. Owen playfully nuzzles Mzee's neck, and Mzee stretches his neck forward, asking for more, just as he does when Stephen tickles him under the chin. Though both animals could easily injure each other, they are gentle with one another. A sense of trust has grown between them. And that is the true story of Owen and Mzee.
All right, friends, thank you so much for joining us today for story time. Now, let me go on this side of you, Corey. Sorry, because I was in the sun. Now, Corey and I do have a special announcement for everybody, and that's that next Tuesday, we are going to bring back our toddler programs and our Play to Learn programs. This is the first time that we will be offering them virtually at no cost to you and your family. So whether you already have a Play to Learn pass and a toddler time pass, and you're a member, or even if you want to try it out and it's some of the classes that you've been wanting to try out, now's the time to do it. So make sure you stay tuned, because we'll be posting it on our Instagram page and our Facebook page later today. Thank you so much for joining us for story time, you guys. Have a great day.